Hello there. I hope you're well. I'm Hiramoni and welcome to Get Set Global. It's been a while, but it's great to be back and great to be back with an amazing guest. She is the first SMS filmmaker whose film was being considered for the Oscars. Her films have traveled the world from the Toronto International Film Festival to receiving the Swarna Kamal. So much to talk about her films, her achievements, her journey so far. Um, but I'm also interested to know the person behind it all. It's always wonderful to have a deeper conversation, and feels like it's going to be an easy task today because this filmmaker's films, the stories look deeper into life. Her stories are simple but multiple layers with non-linear narratives. I am so looking forward to today's conversation with the most amazing filmmaker, Rima Das. Hi,
Hi.
Rima. So wonderful to have you. I was actually looking forward to this, and finally, we are here. So, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Wonderful. Great. So, I know that you have been very busy, Rima, and you're traveling and all of that. But, like I said, it's been so wonderful that I could get some time. And this show, I think you know that I run this from the UK. So
Yeah.
I would so I would really start with the London Indian Film Festival, where I think your films, came to the festival. I think it created a buzz. Your films also went to the Toronto International Film Festival. So you have really traveled the world to these prestigious global platforms with your SMS films. But your names of your films, the titles, are in English. Was it intentional to keep the names English in English?
Somehow, yes, because for a long time I'm in Mumbai, and then I also started, when because uh, it's a small production house. I started to it. It's my own production house, and then mostly handling things by myself. Then also that time I realized that when you are sending a film to festivals, so when it would be great. It is easy to
Mm,
people can recognize it, and they can connect with English title, and it's also there. And there now we are like globally connected through internet, social media, so it really helps. And also, I don't know, from the very beginning when I was thinking about when I started making this movie, it just also spontaneously came to my mind.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, or maybe because of like I started my journey watching mm, like world cinema.
Mm,
So maybe I don't know why, but it always, like during the time of Bulbul and during the time of Village Oxers, it mostly came also spontaneously like that. Yeah.
right. Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing because also the names are quite amazing, catchy. I personally definitely feel Bulbul Can Sing is
Yeah.
has a rhyme as well. It's a beautiful name, and like you said, I think it has a universal appeal when the names are in English. And I also feel that if you were to keep the name in Assamese and translate into English, it's quite a minefield because so many things to think of. So if
Mhm.
you started with English, I think it's a great thing. So you have created, amazing films, really amazing. And I think receiving India's national award for best film means something. Actually, means everything. So I want to ask that. what has all that recognition brought you? um, and as I ask this question, it sounds a little silly to me, because that's like the best thing that could have happened. But I think what I want to hear from you as well is, with all those great things that you want to talk about, also, has it brought a sense of fear, in the sense, now that you have set such a high benchmark, you really have, does that bring some sense of fear that what's next? So I think I want to hear both the perspective, the good and the other side as well.
Um, Actually, it is a pure organic journey for me, everything, because when I discovered world cinema and I was mesmerized by the storytelling
Hmm.
itself, I fall in love with cinema. So it is just not like, just making a film. It is just giving myself to it. So cinema is seventh art. So
Hmm.
I consider cinema as an art, as pure, as a vision. So for me, because what I remember from my journey, that village oxes, when village oxes traveling to the world, like festivals, it got around 44 hours that time, and then national award, Oscar
Yeah.
journey, everything. Okay, Oscar came just later, much later. But what happened to me that when I was traveling with village oxes, that time only I started shooting Bulbul.
Okay. All right.
Yes, so because it was back to back, I was
Hmm.
traveling, and whenever, whatever little time I had, I just I used to shoot. So
Hmm.
that is how it was happening,
And the
and with
shooting, you'd go back to Soigao to do the shooting,
yes,
is it?
yes,
Wow.
I did, yeah.
Wow. Hmm.
So that's the reason. And even then, when my close friends, they came to know about it, okay, I'm making another film.
Hmm.
They also thought that Rima, I think they were scared because it should not, because first film, people, it is, Village Ox is second film, but
Hmm.
I'm considering with the success, like people came to know about me more, and with village oxes. So they were
Hmm.
scared, Rima, you should not hurry for your third film, because you have always set that, like
Hmm.
raised somehow that
Yeah.
expectation. So
Absolutely.
if your film, the next film is not good, then people also, they might criticize you, like that it was by chance she met this
Uh,
one. And
mm,
also with non-professional actors, that is also a different,
mm,
story, because it is non-professional. I was my it was very, it was a true sense independent film. So that thing was there, but then I thought, no, I love cinema, and I'm coming from nothing. Whatever happened, even it also mesmerized me. That national award, Oscar, it was actually, I feel like it's too early for me to got all those recognition one after another, so I just thought that no, I should not stop, because
mm,
if village Oxes, it was coming from within. And this Bulbul is also, it was, journey was authentic. It was not
mhm,
like I was doing it with some pressure, outer pressure, or just to, for something, fame or something like that. It was, I
mm,
was just making it because I was in love what I was doing. So
sure.
that kept me going, and now also I'm doing the same. Sometimes, yeah, definitely I have my own expectations for myself, and
Sure.
definitely I'd love next film also, audience and film lovers, if
Mm,
they, they enjoy, or they like the way they gave love to my earlier films, definitely I expect that. But I don't want to restrict myself, and I just want to keep doing it because that's so beautiful. And it's okay, I'm creating something. Sometimes maybe people will not like it or they'll like it, but I think I don't want to be in that pressure. So
No,
honestly, from my heart, it's not such fear, but that nervousness is always there,
sure.
and my expectations, to challenging myself to do something different, to create something different, different style trying. That is what I try to do.
Mhm. I love it's such an well articulated answer. And thank God you made Bulbul Can Sing because I loved that film. I absolutely did. And I was so excited that I could see it on Netflix, seeing Assamese films on Netflix. Sitting in the UK, I could watch it. That was a proud moment for me. And also, I felt the movie, the story, and everything is just so progressive. So thank God you made it. But, but I
With
also did.
faith, I think, that confidence and faith and to believe in my vision. That's
Mm,
more important, I think. Yeah. So, yeah. Yes.
yeah, that's wonderful. I actually wanted to get your perspective because I was reading an article about this actress. She is one of the most nominated black artist actresses in Oscar history, called I think Viola Davis. And she said every time she's on stage receiving the trophy, she is fearful because thinking this might be her last trophy, might be her last best role. So for people it may be the best moment of her life, but for her it's this moments of fear and anxiety. So I was like, okay, I think that's a different perspective as well. So you spoke about, how you're like truly an independent filmmaker, and I think your story is incredibly inspiring. Truly, I think it's also brings hope because you're known as a one woman crew who learned filmmaking, editing by watching cinema, by watching YouTube videos. Um, and if I'm not wrong, I think for your films, you have done everything from writing to directing to filming, editing, costume design. So I'd like to know a little bit about the whole process, although I know that you have probably spoken about this a lot, but I also want to know, was it more like when you were at it, was it more like a hobby project for you, or did you have a plan, like, how to market the film, how to promote it, how to take it to the film festival? Did you have a plan in place as well?
Yes, of course, very much. Yes. So
Okay.
it was always my dream that time to go to my film, will go to big film festivals. So it was always a dream. So for that, I worked, I researched myself, I traveled to Cannes Film Festival to understand
Oh.
the market and everything. And I was whatever possible, like I was watching in India, especially Goa Ife Film Festival, then Mami Mumbai Film Festival. So I tried to, because I told you that I was mesmerized with
Yes.
the storytelling, and I could relate to that world filmmakers created. And also, for me, uh, I have a habit of keep forgetting what you asked, but I wanted from the very beginning, and watching the cinema, especially the festival films, because in the beginning we grew up watching Bollywood movies mostly, so that
Yeah.
canvas is such big. But when
Mm.
I was watching world cinema, when I was watching European movies, I experienced something else. But when I started watching Asian films like Iranian movies and also Satyajit Ray's Pachar Pachali, then I it was kind of a revelation for me, okay, with like with limited resources, and means you could also, make a beautiful film. So that was the revelation, that was for me inspiration. And I was mostly in Mumbai. I was mostly looking for acting job. So
Mm.
then it started changing, and then I thought I can go back to my village and roots, because I then I can, with limited resources, I can tell stories. That was in my mind, and I could do many things, like autonomously, because when I was, uh, I looked at film like holistically.
Mm.
I When I was watching a movie, then I couldn't somehow separate, oh, this is director's role, because I'm self-taught, and I learned watching movies. That time I couldn't realize, okay, okay, cinematography is a different. I was aware about it, but when I visualize something, when I thought about the story, and I visualize. So it was always like I visualize the colors, my characters, locations. So together, like as a painting. So that's the reason I think I could do mostly everything, because I couldn't separate it.
Right.
And
Right.
slowly I started knowing that, okay, kind of a production designer for art costume. Although I was aware, it was not also possible for me, because uh, I was looking for acting job, and I couldn't do well in my field. And I also researched. I tried to know what the independent filmmakers scenario, what they are doing, how difficult to raise the fund to make a movies. So I didn't want to wait. So I invested, uh, like I decided to invest in a camera,
Mm.
and that was life changing for me. So that camera gave me freedom to learn, to self learn and experiment. So it helped me immensely. Yeah, I think that's it. That is
Wow.
how. And also because I knew that it is really difficult for independent filmmakers, especially the funding part. And also I came to know that there are filmmakers, they make their first film, although it does well, then if it is not doing financially commercially well, then for them it is difficult to get the second film,
Sure. Yes.
even to get a producer. So you really need producers who can back you, and they believe in your vision. So I was not sure. I had the dream that my film should travel the world. That's the reason my production house's name is also Flying River Films. Okay,
Yes. Flying River. Yeah.
because all the stories I realized, like when I was roaming around in my village, shooting, that our stories are not without rivers. We are full of rivers
Absolutely.
everywhere, and I wanted my stories to fly like every corner in the world. So it was always there.
Right.
and
So,
uh, and then also, so that's the reason also, because of the challenges of the independent filmmakers, I decided to be the producer of my films.
sure. All right.
I
And
wanted to continue my journey as a filmmaker. It's not that I'll make one film and I'll struggle to make another
the
film.
second.
So
Right.
doing everything myself helped me, because I was not dependent. Mostly I could do in a very minimum, like
Yeah. Budget.
budget.
Right.
And also being a producers, as a producers, I can back the vision of me
Yes.
as a director.
Yeah.
So it is, right now, if I want to tell you, being a producer is really challenging and hard. 60, 70, sometimes 80% of my energy is going, because to take my films to the festivals, then theater releasing it, then it is bringing it to OTT platforms. So it's a big task.
Mm.
But because I'm the producer, it's like my baby. I understand my films and I'm making that effort, although it is really difficult and challenging. And
Yeah, I
yeah,
get it. I really do get it. And I just love this whole honesty of answering, because I think you're so right. When you're in a creative space, you also don't want to give 70% of your energy into all of this running. Yeah, it's hard work. Um, I
but
think this will be.
I'm happy also equally because at least I can take my films to where I want to take to the places. Otherwise, I have seen filmmakers suffering, and it is really sad.
Yeah, yeah,
It is
yeah.
really sad. There are wonderful filmmakers, but yeah. So I got this. Okay, yeah. Please continue.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm sure I'll have more questions on that. But because we have been talking about village rock stars and Oscars, when you got to know that, got the news that this film is being considered for the Oscars, do you
Yes.
remember that moment? I mean, how you felt, what you went through? Did you have goosebumps? Do you?
Yeah, yes. So actually, it was the best moment in my life, and I got the news a bit earlier before they announced it.
Yeah.
So I was just still I was waiting, for the news to be out. Like I was waiting, and what I did, and fortunately, I was home.
Hmm.
I was just back home one day earlier,
You mean
and
in a Soiga?
together like Bulbul was already also I think traveling. Oh, it was during the time I think October September, towards the end of September or something, that the news came out, and Bulbul was just premiered in Toronto.
Mm.
I got a f- I got to know about it. I got a phone call, and one day early, and also I got a mail from Berlin Film Festival. They want me as a jury.
Yes, yeah, I
Okay?
remember that. Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know how to react.
Mm.
Then still I was calm. I was calm, and I thought like let's wait. And I was home. I was the next day. The news that the day I was I with my mother. I went to Kamakya temple
Mm-hmm.
because my mother is. I spent a lot of time there, and my mother is from Kamakya,
All
so I
right.
was there, we
Mm.
prayed, yes. So then was back, and I called all my bacha, all my village doctors kids.
Yeah.
Them come, something will be there. I didn't tell them. Then the
Mm.
news came, and I just shouted. We all just shouted. I was screaming loud, like so. And it was like continuously I was getting messages, calls continuously, even during the time of I was in Los Angeles. I just when the national award, that news was announced, then I was attending Los Angeles, like Indian Film Festival. uh, that time also my message, it is like scrolling, it's just, and yeah, it's a great
It's
moment.
amazing. It's amazing. When you are saying all of this, I'm actually visualizing. It's incredible. I mean, I'm sure yeah, I mean, you have said that, how much messages and everything you saw, but I'm sure you could see the love, warmth, and, uh, support of people for the film and
Yes,
for you.
yes, yes.
It's
Some
incredible.
people, it was unexpectedly, like
Mm,
when my film was premiered in Toronto, I just thought because there is no background music, and
mm,
it's quite it is, the style is also different. It is not a linear film
mm,
and not a structured film, and but I was again like mesmerized that in India also it is not only in the festival,
mhm,
but also like general audience also accepted the film,
mhm.
and
Yeah,
yeah, that was that people's love, and also media also
hugely.
supported us a lot, hugely. Yes,
No, absolutely. I think
so
when I
grateful.
watch when I watch the films, I could feel that magic, and while I was articulating that magical experience, it wasn't a surprise for me at all when I heard, that this was being considered for the Oscars, and this is the film which got Swarna Kamal, I think, after 35 years. There was
Yeah.
no surprise whatsoever. So, yeah, that is incredible. You have just said that you have learned filmmaking on your own, and you have also said, I think, in the past that that has been an advantage for you. Do you say so because it has allowed you to not think in boxes within structures, or it has allowed you to explore filmmaking in a way that feels and looks right? Is that why you would say that learning on your own probably was an advantage to your craft and your creativity?
Yeah, yes. Also, now I feel like I want to go to a film school, but
Sure.
that time I think not going to a film school helped me a lot because I didn't have limitation and fear,
Mm,
because I didn't know. I was exploring, I was trying things like uh, unknowingly.
sure.
That was the beauty, I think, for me,
Yeah.
because if you know so much, you have more expectations, and it I had expectations, but in a very different way.
Mhm.
So that freedom helped me a lot, so I, as probably you already know, that I was shooting Village Oxes almost 3 years, more than 3 years.
Yes. Yes.
So I think, yeah, it was so raw, it was beautiful,
Mm,
and it was pure. And the process is, it was a lot of hard working. Doing everything myself was a lot of hard working. And these kids, children, I'm grateful to them, and my cousin Mallika. She helped me in every department, and because of their innocence and blessings, I think Village of Sis is where, and reach people's the heart. So that
absolutely.
is so important because it is
Mm,
pure. Everything was so pure, and I enjoyed the process.
sure.
You know,
Absolutely.
that expectation was there, but that it was also kind of a celebration,
Mm,
celebrating life. That is also what I have learned from the children and the villagers, that with how they have so how they can celebrate life, although uh, they have very less
mm,
materialistic things. So I have
yeah.
learned a lot, and that I wanted to convey that message to the world, and that is what also my what I can say is my realization, because being
Of
in
course.
Mumbai,
Of course.
I just I felt and I saw like how myself also running after something I don't know, but village, and that's the reason I think village rockstars help me and still helping me, how I am living today, how I am
Mm,
taking my success, how I am taking my achievements, is all village rockstars. I think it was a transformation, and it is still with me. I'm carrying that with me,
Mm,
And that's the reason I don't have that fear. Okay, uh, how my next film is going to do, and I just love to work. I love to
mm,
create something. Yeah, so it
mm.
is all, I think, the journey I had with Village Youngsters, that pure
Yeah,
journey, and how
it is.
universe or nature helps you to create. So it is. I feel like I'm a mediator. So I'm assigned, and it is my karma, because it also, sometimes it surprises me that from where it's coming to me, because I'm not
Mm,
coming from that background. I really don't know. I came to become an actress. So it mesmerizes that it is not, this is this is not the life. I have learned everything, but
sure.
this is, maybe I don't know from which life. It's my karma. So I strongly believe, and I'm just here to create what is assigned to me and what I need to do. That's it. I think it's so simple
So
sometimes.
so beautiful, so beautiful. Because everything you have said, that how we can live without really not much, and also connecting with nature. That these things the film tells beautifully. I think that message is conveyed very simply. So I think that vision definitely has been conveyed very well. Now, talking about vision, I think I would really love to know this, because you had said that you wanted to be doing acting, but you got your fame. I think you did a bit of acting as well, but you obviously got fame in directing and filmmaking. Um, and you have just said that you love telling stories. So, one, I want to know what kind of stories you want to tell. And second, as a filmmaker, you have a vision. Already I can see. So, how does that vision look like?
I didn't get your second question, but the first, can you say again the
Yeah,
two of your questions,
absolutely. I think it's
please?
the same question, really, and you have already touched upon. So, one
Mhm.
is I obviously wanted to know what kind of stories you want to tell, and secondly, what kind of vision you have as a filmmaker that you want to see happening through your films. I think it's the same question, really. The
Uh,
purpose behind your films.
when I look at world cinema and when I look at my country, I see like so many stories. We are that diverse, and in culture, tradition, and geography, everything. It is so mesmerizing again for me, and I see so many stories around. So I, right now, from my experience, whatever I experience in my life, my observation, and I'm making movies is more lifelike and more realistic. So that's how I'm doing it. And also what I feel that we have people around, and sometimes we consider them ordinary, but I feel like they are extraordinary. Their
Absolutely,
stories
absolutely.
need to be told. And also wonderful women around, deserving women, and they are so capable, they are so talented and deserving. And I want to tell their story, their story, their struggle, their joy, their pride. And later I'll see. For now, if I'm familiar with my characters, then I like to mix their real life and my imagination. I like to
Right.
blend it. And later on, I also love to, try different genre. So it's a journey. So it's too early for me, because I feel like I just started,
Sure.
you know. So it's a journey. I'll see, like in future also, how it will shape.
Right.
Uh,
But
yes,
I like
yes.
when you said that the stories that you want to say, has to have some kind of familiarity, isn't it, in terms of the place where you grew up,
Right.
people, people you're surrounded with and their lives, and then
Right.
obviously you add your imagination. So is it fine for me to say that then Assam has a lot to do
Yeah.
with yeah, in developing your sensibilities as a filmmaker, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And
Yeah.
I grew up in a village, so it
Mm.
always helped me, to experience that rich culture, and also in a very raw form. I'm very fortunate.
Yes.
And also, like, the people, values, tradition, everything is what I am, who I am today, and what I am creating. So it also helps me, it helped me immensely. And Assam, if to be honest, right now whatever I'm making, I'm mostly making in my village, and I'm not still traveling, so there are a lot more. It just like I different communities, colors,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
much actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like even in my village and around, I can make probably 10 films there. So I'm still there, like making movies, because uh, just before the pandemic,
Mhm.
I I supposed to start a film in Mumbai, and it didn't happen. Then again I was back home,
Mm.
and 2 years almost lockdown, and nothing working, nothing
Yeah.
happening in Mumbai. And again I started in my village. I'm
Mm.
still there. I wanted to do something outside, but I again started in my village. So,
Ah,
yeah,
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
a lot. Assam is so
Yeah.
beautiful, and diversity is there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Mm. You say that, I remember, Jahnu Burwa sir, I took an interview as well. I spoke to him and he said exactly the same thing. He said, look, internationally, these people, they have to create stories. But for us, we have stories all around us in Assam, there is a
Yeah.
story next door. So, so like you said,
Then on the
yeah.
road, you are there whole day, you can make a movie. Easily you can. Yes.
Yeah, the same thing you said. So I am going to ask you a practical question. You have said a little bit about that before. So I know that you have done your master's in sociology from, I think, the University of Pune, and after that you were making these films. Um, and as an independent filmmaker, like you said, you had to fund yourself and you don't know where the film will land. Um,
Yeah.
so while you were at it, did you have a plan, like, of supporting yourself financially, like, doing a job and filming simultaneously? Did you think of those plans or not really?
Never, no,
No.
never. No.
Okay.
Even when I started making movies that, yeah, so it was because I wanted to back my movies and my vision. So I thought like to be the producer.
Right.
But that financial thing, I just wanted to do something, and I just thought it will follow. And that
Wow.
that is one what happening. And it opened many windows. Yeah, that's it.
Wow. That's
So I did
that's trust.
I did my masters, but never I thought. I never tried. I never applied. I cleared my NET exam, but I never applied for anything. And my teachers, their professors, they are like, "Are you mad? Like, you cleared NET exam, now you want to become an actor?" And just I, like, they were even my parents, because my father, he's no more. I just lost him, but he always wanted me to be, to go to education line, because he himself uh, is like
Is education. Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah.
but I don't know why I just finished it. I just thought that, okay, you wanted me to, to achieve, and I achieved. Now
So,
you don't ask me. He used to, and my parents, they were worried, but I never ever tried and applied. Never, never.
wow,
I just did it.
fantastic.
I never looked back. I don't know why, but it just never I felt like from within.
Mm. No, I
Yeah.
mean, you have real
It is,
love and respect for cinema. So, yeah, couldn't do
I
anything
don't
else.
know, but yeah, I never felt like. Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. And when, I'm sure this probably the filmmakers, especially young filmmakers, they do ask you questions like, how they can make a film without
Yeah.
budget, with no high-end equipment or a crew, how they can promote films. What do you tell them? What advice do you give
I
them?
just tell them that just believe in your vision and just do something, because that's how you create opportunities for yourself. Because see, the world is like that, they don't believe in you, like as long as they don't see anything.
Right.
It doesn't matter if it is a short film or like it's a feature film. They want to see. Mostly they don't like to take risk. So so it is better, and we have now, living in a world like we have so many platforms where you can showcase something, so people are watching, and you don't need to wait for someone. You can build your own audience. They might be just 100 people, 1000 people, and there are audience, you can create. So that's so beautiful. So I just want to tell them that just don't wait, and you just keep doing something. But if you're looking for a producer, that's fine. You can create something and also look for a producer.
Right.
But waiting, and then also and also what happens if you're creating something by your own, it give you confidence, you get feedback.
Right.
You know sometimes what happens that you visualize things, but when you are visualizing something and you are executing, and finally it reach to audience, and their reaction, their feedback, and everything is different.
Mm,
So
totally.
creating small things and building your audience will help to understand also yourself. I think
Fantastic.
that's
Yes.
how
So,
they do if they don't find a producer, and if they
right.
are waiting for long time to make their movies.
Hmm.
So that's what they can do, I think. And if they are producers, is so good. And but if they are not, I think they can do small things. Yes.
Brilliant. Yes, I think that's a wonderful advice. I think you're just saying don't waste time. If you want to do it, just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen people. Then you you just it is sad. Then you get depression,
Mm,
and also that fear. You
it's
it just
bills.
the fear is, yeah, it's just that. That's the reason even in the beginning I said that fear is so bad.
Mm,
You need to overcome your fear. That is your first challenge, I think. Once you overcome your fear, then I think it's not that hard. You just start. And also, what happened with my films, I had very little money. Whatever I had, I just started. I never thought how I'm going to do the post production. Although I
mm,
made my movie uh, with a minimum, uh, like almost by myself, but I couldn't do the sound design. Then I didn't know how to do sound design and to grade my film. And but I was not thinking like how I'm going to do it. So what I believe now from my experience, that once you start,
Mm.
it just starts happening,
Right,
just
right.
believe in it, and that's beautiful, I think. Yeah.
Right. Wow. I absolutely love this. Really, I do. This is so wonderful. And I think this sort of advice actually helps because it comes from a place of honesty and experience and what you have gone through. So that's
It is
amazing.
my,
And
this is not like advice, it is, I'm just sharing
sharing. Yeah.
my my story.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I get that. And now you get to work with bigger budgets, I hope, and bigger camera, bigger crew.
Yeah.
So that must feel good, isn't it? It's
Yeah, I just finished the short film. It's a part of anthology.
uh-huh.
Probably it's coming to OTT. Uh,
Okay.
so it was good. I earlier also I did a short film and a documentary with a crew,
Mhm.
and for bricks, and that was also interesting. But this time, recently, what I finished, so it was mostly all like my actors. Most of them were professional actors, and I was nervous, and with a proper crew, and but it was amazing. The experience was amazing, and I enjoyed. I think I am enjoying both when I'm
Both the
doing
worlds.
something by my own and
Mhm.
something with team, because it is also like to collaborate, because when I'm doing myself, it is a bit lonely also sometimes, and it's
Sure.
quite hard also doing everything. But when someone is doing your like cinematography,
Yeah.
doing costume, art, and everything,
Mm.
I think it's a nice collaboration if I am working with like-minded people. It's nice energy putting
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
and I'm enjoying both.
That's great. That's like the best balance, isn't it? Having both the worlds. I think
I
that's
think
fantastic.
so.
Yeah.
And that is when I'm doing something by my own, it is more freedom, it's
Mm.
more spiritual, and this is also something different. So
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
think I'd love to balance that. Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah. And what about, people probably ask you this, your plans to get into Bollywood or in commercial films, also working for with popular actors. Do you say yes to all of that?
Yes, I think if I can relate to the story, and
Hmm.
I can like uh, if that whoever actors and they and the producers especially, if they I can connect with them, if they understand my process, then I'm ready. Yes.
Right, of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, I think for audience, that's definitely an intriguing and an exciting space to watch. For you, maybe a different kind of pressure, different kind of working environment, but definitely
Yes.
intriguing. Absolutely,
Yes.
it will
That
be.
nervousness, that pressure will be there always,
Mm,
and when I'm doing myself, then risks I'm taking by myself, like but when I'm working with a producer, then I need to really see, it is a collaboration. And
exactly.
being a producer, I understand it better way. I value, producer's efforts also, so where he's coming from, what is his expectation.
Sure.
So yeah, I think that that is more important.
Absolutely, because you understand their vision as well and how to make that happen from your experience. So I think
Yes,
again,
yes,
it's a
yeah,
great experience. But yeah, I know that as an audience, that will be quite exciting for me to see as well. Because that's a different genre. What all has your life changed after all the fame?
I'm more calm,
Okay.
yes, I'm more calm, and uh, I'm happy, it's just I know the purpose of my life now,
Hmm.
and it's so beautiful to know, okay, I when I started, I had that vision, I had expectations, and I tried something and it's working. And I always pray that it it's that this creativity, the way I can create it, be with me always. And I think that's it. Like, I think it's
Oh,
simple. Yeah. And also I know that now that life is something different, and your what you are creating and your profession is different,
mm,
because I need to live my life, every day. Being successful, having everything also doesn't matter. Like, you are not sad or you don't have other challenges. So having that is helping me to understand more actually what I am looking for.
wow.
I know that love is more important for me, you know. So what gives me happiness, that's more important. My family is more important. So so
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it is just it's same actually. It's same, and just leave it. It's that is more important. So I try to not keep doing things, just doing things, and more than that, living my life is important.
Wow.
you know
Okay.
that
Yeah.
purpose, that's
Yeah.
important. Why I am here, why, that is more important for me.
Well, I like that answer because I thought you would say very little time, no social life, but you said, calm, being happy and understanding life. And I feel all of this actually reflects in your creativity, the work that you produce, love, nature, all of these things that you have said. It, I think your films are a reflection of that as well.
Because
Um,
I saw that, then again I realized, okay, sometimes I'm sad, sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm angry. So then I realized it's there, but it's not all about myself. Not about
yeah.
all about myself also. So that's the reason I see that it's not that I should run after fame. If I get a big movies can give me, something what I'm dreaming of. I definitely, if I achieve more, it will give me happiness. But it is also for time being. Then next, again, it is a new
It's a
day.
chase. Yeah, it's a
Thing
chase.
is new for me every day, and also whenever I create something, it's new. It's a new start. So yeah, it's nice.
It's nice.
I
That
think,
journey is nice that talking
yes, the
about.
journey
Yes,
is more important. Yes, yes.
absolutely. So I know that you have just finished working on a project. What are we going to see next coming from you? Is there anything coming up in the near future?
Yeah, I just finished. I'm working it's the family drama.
Hmm.
During the time of pandemic, I was shooting,
Right.
and that's probably that is what, like, the post production is going on. And I worked in that short film, uh, and yeah, yes.
So where would people get to see them? Is it coming on OTT? I mean, I'm personally very interested.
Short film, yes, it will. I don't
Okay,
know which platform. I'll let you
sure.
know. And then after, probably that we finish our post production, we'll send it to festival. Let's see.
Sure. Okay, brilliant. Lots of luck with all of that,
I,
really.
I need
And
that. Yes.
and finally, Rima, if you are to describe your current state of mind in just few words, what
My
would
good.
those what would those words be?
My current status is I am transforming. I'm transforming. Yeah. and it's beautiful. I really cannot describe, but I'm going deeper. I'm learning every day, and this during this pandemic time. And when I lost my father, uh, just uh, more than a year now. After that, it is a kind of a transformation. I was going through, pain, and I couldn't do much for him. I feel like I have regrets, I have guilty feelings, but all of above, I know that now uh, I want to spread love. I want to, it's not, if I couldn't do much for my father, there are many fathers, there are many people around. I would love to, do more for people, especially children, elderly people, women, nature, animals, so many things. So this, and I also need to create. So my state is like I want, I felt that it's like many things we want to do, but I my realization is like I want to do many things, but I need to do what I need to do. So I'm trying to connect with uh, that positive energy, how I can contribute, and if I'm calm and if I love myself, then I can love more. I contribute more positively. So that is what I'm practicing. So that is my state of mind, how my physical health, mental health, and then my emotional health and spiritual being together, how I can balance it. So I'm trying that. It is reflecting. I don't know, you will know better, but I can feel it, and that is what I'm practicing.
Yeah,
Yes.
beautiful. I mean, transforming is a beautiful word, anyways. And everything that you have said, trying to balance and wanting to help and, creating your own world and spreading happiness. I think all those words I could pick up throughout the interview. And
It's not easy. I'm a human being. I get angry. I feel sad, but I'm trying. The trying is also, I think, beautiful.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
I think absolutely. Rima, it's been such a pleasure to have you. And I'm going to remember this conversation.
I was
I
so
need
nervous. I want to from long time. I'm avoiding, interviews, and especially when I'm doing, like through internet. I like to. It would be. It would have been great, you are there for me. We are there physically, because that is what we all probably learned during this pandemic time, that we need that community feeling. We need to
I
touch each
do.
other, so but finally we're doing, and I'm really happy, and we are
Thank you.
laughing, we are enjoying that more.
Yeah,
uh,
no, absolutely. I knew this is how this interview is going to go.
you
But
have
then
that
because of
aura, you have that aura, you are generating, that's what also I want to do. It's mutual.
oh, thank you so much. But wishing you lots and lots of luck, best wishes for everything you do, and yeah, take good
Likewise.
care of yourself.
You too, you
Love.
too. Yes.
Thank you. And thank you to
Bye-bye.
everybody who's watching the show. Yeah, do take care of yourself, look after yourself, and yeah, goodbye for now. See you.
Someone want to say hi to you.
Who is that?
Come.
I am intrigued. I'm
We are
s-
in Udaipur.
Hello. Oh my God. Hi. How are you? I loved you. I loved you in the film. Goodness me, aren't you amazing? Wish I knew this before. I would have loved to ask you a couple of questions. So, what are you doing?
Maybe
Are you
next
having?
time.
Absolutely, next time.
Please just
Yeah.
accompany me. I'm here for research actually in
Right.
Udaipur. So she is here with me, and she
Oh,
will probably, uh, probably soon, maybe. Like we're working in like Village Boxes too.
I am
so,
already super excited. Okay. All right. Okay, so
so we
you
need
start.
your all your blessings and love.
It's
Yes.
always there. It's always there. Oh my God. You are a big girl now, aren't you? From Village
Yes.
Rockstar 1. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Goodness
She's very
me.
tall.
She's very tall. Did you,
She's in
to me,
college.
yeah, I know. Yeah, this is like the best thing that has happened to me today because this is a real surprise to me. So good to see you. Lots and lots of love. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye. Bye.
Bye. Take care.
You too.